Hello, everyone. This is Coach Glad, your business and life empowerment coach. My goal today is to teach you how to start a business in 30 days. There's a lot of information out there, and I'm going to do my best to teach you how to start a business in a sequential order. It can be confusing, but my goal is to give you steps every single day, at least three every single day that you can do to start your business. Today is day 7, and what we're going to be learning today is business bank account, a Google number, and pricing. Day 6, what we learned was social media, the importance of an EIN number and how to get that, and an email script. You want to really focus on marketing and sales before you're concerned about where the money's going. So you want to make sure that there's streams of income coming in before you're worried about where it's going to go. Once you have all of this stuff set up, then you will have money to actually put into a business bank account versus having an account open, not being able to put any money in it, and then getting charged for it because they will charge you. Today, we're going to be discussing a business bank account. It's important to have your business account separate from your personal, because right now, since you are a legitimate business, you are held accountable. You're held accountable to the IRS and different organizations. So you want to make sure that you have your stuff in order and that you have your business account separate from your personal. You want to make sure all that stuff is separate. There's different perks of having a business account that the bank can let you know about, but you always want to make sure that you have a business checking or a business checking and savings. You may not have money to put in the savings at the beginning, and you have to be aware that there may be a minimum balance, that you can be charged a monthly fee if you're under the minimum balance. This information, they'll let you know during the process, but you want to make sure that if you could probably get just a business checking, then work with that. And once you start making a lot of money, then you can open up a business savings account. Then there are business credit cards. Business credit cards are just like your personal. You would use them just like your personal, but it helps your business to establish credit and not necessarily you. So it'll help your business to establish credit. Then there's what is called a business line of credit. A business line of credit is like a separate bank account that you have to get. You can borrow against that against the money that's in the bank account, and there's only interest paid on the money that you borrow. So if you have a $10,000 line of credit and you only borrow $3,000 for purchases, delivery, whatever, you only get interest on the $3,000 that you borrowed. And once you pay the $3,000 back, then you can use the entire $10,000 again, which is different from a credit card. Much different. So with the credit card, you have minimum payment. With the business line of credit, you want to make sure that you're paying the entire borrowed amount first, and then you can use the entire amount that's in the account. How to get a business bank account? There are different banks. There's your small local ones. There's more national brands. You could choose whichever one works for you. If you need to run to the bank, you want to make sure that it's accessible to you. You would go in, you would speak to a personal banker, and they would explain the different options for you that probably work best for you and your business to open a business bank account. Once you have that established, they can give you online access to view your account, and you can do different things as far as making transactions on your online account. They'll give you a packet with some business starter checks. You're going to have to order your own business checks from the bank. If you want to do that, there's other options if you don't want to do that, because they can be pretty expensive. And then be sure to get the business routing number. And then there's also a wire transfer number. These numbers are two different things. So you want to make sure you have both the routing number, which is on your business checks, and then the wire transfer number. You're going to need that if you're going to be doing international business or large amounts of money. It's easier for them to wire that in than to write a check. Some businesses just do wire transfers that way. What we have next is a Google phone number or a Google Voice number. Google Voice is probably a great tool to have. It's completely free, and what it does is it's a call forwarding program. So they would call a number and it would ring a different phone. So I can have my cell phone number, and if I don't want to give that number out because it's my personal number, I can have a 1-800 business number. So once you set it up on Google, a customer could call that 1-800 number and it'll ring your cell phone, or if you want it to ring your house phone, it'll ring your house phone, or if you want to ring both, you can do that also. So it's a great tool to have. It's cheaper than going out and purchasing a telephone number from those large companies and paying a monthly fee for this and that. So it's a great tool to have. And Google will allow you to actually port that number for a small fee. And if you ever want to change your Google number, you can do that for a small $10 fee also. To get a Google Voice number, you would go to the Google Voice website, and then you would follow the prompt that says, I want a new account. Enter the forwarding number, which would be your cell phone or your house phone, and then a code will come up. Make a note of that code, and then select that you want them to call you now. And they'll call you, and then you would enter the code, and now you're verified. Then the next step is actually searching for the business number. There may not be a lot of 1-800 numbers out there. There may not be a lot of 1-866 numbers. You really have to do some searching to find a number. You can also use your local area code number. I live in Broward County, so it's a 954 telephone number. You could do that, use a local number. You really don't have to do a 1-800 number unless you're going to be doing national sales, or if you're going to be selling stuff online. What we have next is pricing. I remember when I was starting business, this is probably one of the most confusing things. There's really no formula for, okay, how much should I set my prices? I'm going to try my best to explain that. So here we go. Pricing is different, and it must be seen as your value to the market, your value to the people that are going to be purchasing from you. Price is not necessarily a number or a price. People are willing to pay for value. They said that no one would pay $5 for a cup of coffee. You see Starbucks, they said that people wouldn't pay $200 for sneakers. You see Jordans, and the list goes on and on. So it's because they see value, the value of those brands or those products are much higher than different things. Pricing should be, you want to avoid being overpriced or underpriced based on the value. But even if you're overpriced, or you feel that you're overpriced based on how you feel about your value, remember there's going to be different discounts, sales, coupons, specials that you can always run, gift cards, different things like that that you can give to the customer to bring that price down. But when you're deciding on how much your price is, think of value and also factor in expenses. If you're going to be paying for product, even to the littlest thing, you want to make sure that you're including that into the cost. Payroll, manufacturing, delivery, whatever it is, make sure you factor all of that stuff into the set price. If you're using higher end products, you want to make sure that you put that into your price equation. Now, what I've found to help is you want to research similar businesses in the area and see what their prices are and have an average for that. Depending on your niche in the market, what makes you special, what sets you apart, you can either charge higher or lower. If you have a special niche, you can always charge higher. But it's all based on value. If the customer sees that specific niche as being more valuable, then they will pay that set price. You can also ask friends to see how much they would pay for a certain thing, and ask yourself, how much would you pay for what you offer as far as your products or your services? And this is a crude formula, but this is probably the best way, and you really won't know how much, or if you're too high or too low, unless you put the prices out there and see what the market says. But if you're bringing in value, let's say that you're a salon and you feel that you bring in higher value based on the way your facility looks, or you have better customer service, wait time is shorter, you can charge a higher price because there's value for that. There's value for it. So people will pay for value. So don't think that you're overpriced. You don't want to be too underpriced, but you can also think of creative ways to give discounts or sales and different things like that to bring your prices down at the beginning. So you can have a set price and then a sale price. So two different things. And that's the best way that I can explain it, but it's really, really based on value and seeing if the market values your product or service that way. Thanks again. If you like the video, hit like, leave comments or questions, but please subscribe, share the video with any of your friends that are looking to start a business. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you.